As a course creator, you might ask, do I create a cheap course versus expensive? How much do I charge for my course? Look, you might be surprised on this topic. Some people think cheap courses is a way to go because you'll be able to sell to so many people. Some people think expensive courses are a way to go because of perception, you can make more money. So what I'm doing right now, I'm extracting a video from my course creation and launch mastery course and giving you completely free of charge that answers exactly this question. Also, if you like our team to help you create and launch your very own master online course, there's a link where you can learn more about our company, book a call, and our team of 22 people will help you write, produce, and launch. Enjoy the video. Earlier in this course, we talked about your goals. What is your goal when it comes to how much money do you want to make with your course? And often when we talk to our clients or our students, they often say, well, I just want to make it affordable to my audience. I just want to make, no-brainer decision, like $50. I want to charge $50. And I say, that's lovely. That's fantastic. That's great. And I would consider that's a cheap course. And it can work. But I would say you'll have a lot of challenges. The only time I would suggest to charge very low amount for your course is when you have huge following and huge audience. So for example, let's say you have a YouTube channel, you have 500,000 or even 50,000 followers, or Instagram or your email list. You have your audience that is engaged. They already know that you are the expert in this topic. They're following, they're consuming. You've been putting out a lot of good content completely free of charge. And if you announce something, let's say I've been mentioning CPA as an example. You've been CPA, you've been giving a lot of advice online for free. And now you say, hey, I have created this course. It's all about how to save more on taxes. It's gonna be $50, sign up here. People already have connection with you. They're gonna go and buy that course immediately. But in most cases, most of our students and most of our clients do not have huge lists. They don't have huge following on Instagram or YouTube. They don't have many email subscribers. And when you don't have huge following, it's very hard to succeed with cheap courses. There are two problems with that. Number one is perception. When people don't know who you are and you charge very little, they're like, well, is this any good? Will this be a waste of my time? And even if they buy that course, let's say for $50, they often don't take it seriously. They're just like, oh, it's $50. They just kind of scroll through. It wasn't a big investment, and they don't take it seriously. And if they don't take it seriously, they're not going to produce results. The biggest thing that I would say why cheap courses just don't work is math does not add up. So even though, creating digital product, especially if you do it on your own, you maybe just invest in this course, you can create a course, on your own if you bootstrap it for maybe, $10,000. It depends how you do it. So it's pretty cheap. It's like, what other business can you start at that low investment? Most businesses take at least $50,000 or more. It involves leasing property or leasing spaces, employees, on and on and on. So this is a business that you can get off the ground pretty quickly. But then marketing is very, very expensive. So let's say this coffee cup right here, it's your online course, and it took you to $5,000 to develop this course. So that's not the biggest problem. Your biggest problem is going to be pushing this information or promoting your course out in the world on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you're going to advertise your course is going to be very, very costly. The competition is fierce. So if your course is $50, it might take you I predict on seeing our numbers with our clients and ourselves, it will take you at least $150 to $200 to make that conversion. So if you sell your course for $50, and that's your only offer, we'll talk about other scenarios that actually can work cheap course, but if it's only $50 and that's the only offer you have, it doesn't make any sense spending $150 to get that sale, and then you make $50, you lose $100 on every single sale. The only time it would make sense to sell your course for $50 and spending $150 to get that client if you have a great upsell. So what that means is you would sell this course for $50 and you don't care really how much you spend. Maybe you spend $150 or $200 or $250 because your upsell is big. Maybe you have a coaching program that's $5,000. You get them into the door for $50. You show them what you can do for them. You give them lots of value. And of course, when you do coaching one-on-one and when you work with people directly,
It's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of value because every person, every situation is different. So you providing specific feedback and guidance, you can charge premium. So in only that case, really it would make sense to charge little to get people in the door. But even then, I'll argue and suggest that you don't do that, because the bare minimum, if there's an Excel with our clients, our bare minimum, the goal is to break even. So break even with that first offer. So that's why I would suggest charge a lot more. So what I would suggest is that you charge at least $400. Maybe like $300, you can make math work, but I would not go lower anything than $300. With our clients, we actually don't create anything less than $500 because they work with our team. Everything's produced professionally. It's like the masterclass quality, and we want to charge premium. We want to position them as the Ferrari of courses, not like a Kia or Hyundai or Ford or whatever those cheaper brands, right? We want the audience look at this as a premium brand, and we actually follow through with the quality, with the content, and everything else that we include in course. So it's so important that you don't devalue what you offer. Perception is everything, and simply you cannot make math work when you charge very little. So let's recap really quick. Cheap courses, very hard to make profit, very hard to run ads on cheap course. And cheap course, I would say $100 or less. So I would say even $200 or less. $100 or less is absolutely no immediately to me if you want to run paid ads. The only two scenarios, in my opinion, would make sense to sell a cheaper course, under around $100 mark. It would be one, you have a huge audience, or two, that course will be an upsell to something bigger and you're willing to take that risk, and your offer is so big that the numbers and math just make sense. Those are the only times I would suggest that. Most of the time, pack so much value in a course, which we're going to talk about that later, what to include in the course to demand premium. So I know this is a lot, but really think through this. Don't rush into charging very little for your course. I much rather you always start really high and then having coupons, discounts, promotions, things like that. And then they feel like they're getting a deal. So that's so important. The last and final thing that I'll talk about, that is pricing your course exactly the numbers. We have courses that we have sold for round numbers. We have sold courses for like $99, like $4.99. We have sold courses at $4.97, the 7 angle. We have sold courses for like $4.95 with the 5s. And really looking at all the numbers, we have successful course with everything. We have course that recently launched at $2,000 price point. The first month they did $42,000. So they were successful. He actually said, he's like, you know what, I don't want to do the gimmicks like the $9.99. People are not stupid, it's $2,000, so I'm going to charge $2,000. And he was successful, made $42,000 the first month. I think that's a huge success. So don't put too much emphasis. Ask yourself this: which pricing will be more honest and appropriate with your branding and how you see yourself? So for me, for example, I love 7s. 7 is my lucky number. I like the way it looks. There's something magical for me, so I often go with the 7s. So that's what I would suggest to you as well. Don't overthink it. Charge premium. Charge more than you feel comfortable, I would say. And the last and final, this is a little bonus. I just actually thought of this and I want to tie it all together, because the way I record these lessons, it's not scripted. I just really share with you. I have key points, and sometimes these new ideas come up, or these new important points I want to make. I want to go back to one of the things I talked about earlier in module number 1 about your financial goal. If you have a goal of $1 million and your course is going to sell for $50, just do the math, how many students you'll need to find. If you pack your course with full of value and you truly solve a big problem and you charge $1,000, you need only 1,000 students. If you charge $2,000 now, you need only 500. And you might be so good that you don't even need advertising. You go to networking events and you talk to people. You find people who have the problems that you're solving and say, hey, I have this course. Would you be willing to meet up for coffee with me, and I'll show you how this course can solve your problems? And then you meet for coffee and you literally sell them for the course for $2,000. And 500 meetings, voila, you have your $1 million revenue in the first year if you're willing to do the work. You get the idea. So go ahead, use that exercise and worksheet that I have attached. brainstorm with the numbers. Also, there's a link back to our course calculator. Look at that as well. It's going to give you a better idea how many courses you need to sell to reach your financial goals. Back to that earlier lesson. And once you decide that number, let's keep moving forward and we'll talk about what include in the course so you can demand a premium, right? Because coming up with that number is one thing, but you also need to back up with your offer. What are you offering to demand the $2,000 price point? So I'll see you there. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this lesson from my course creation and launch mastery course that I gave you completely free of charge. I hope you got more confidence, that you have knowledge to share, and most importantly, how to keep moving forward. Again, if you'd like to get more support, there's a link to my course creation mastery course. You can get the whole course for $47. It couldn't be any cheaper. Or if you'd like our team to help you create and launch your very own online course, there's a link as well. Book a call and we look forward to helping you along your journey so that you can create a digital product that you can scale your business with. See you soon.